to the Dialogue Internet Podcast Network and another episode of Annie's Adventures. And now here's your host, Annie Perez.
What's up, El Paso? Welcome back to this week's podcast. I really appreciate you guys tuning in at 4 o'clock weekly. You're the best. I have some amazing guests today. I cannot wait to introduce you to. Let me just do that real quick. How about that, huh? What's up, Chef Jesus? How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm Chef Jesus Martinez. I'm the executive chef at Casa Nova in Doubletree downtown.
Brand new kids on the block.
Yep.
We cannot wait to dive in. We have Paola. How are you doing today?
Hi, guys. It's a pleasure meeting all of you. Doing great. How about yourself?
I'm awesome. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm such a fangirl of your artwork.
So much.
Yeah, I'm so excited. And then I have Blake. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having me. My name is Blake Heath. I am the co-founder and head brewer at Public House 28 Brewery out in Anthony, New Mexico.
Which is awesome. I've been hanging out there a lot lately, and I love
have.
the beer garden. I can't wait to introduce them to you guys if you are not familiar. So first off, as always, I do like to start off with a marketing question. I'm not sure if you guys know or not, you guys at home, but I do work at Leo Marketing, L-E-O Marketing here in El Paso, Texas. We're a local full-service marketing agency in Central El Paso. We can help you with everything from brokering deals for TV, radio, billboard, print, and OTT. It doesn't cost you anything to use me to do those negotiations. And then I can also help you with social media, graphic design. Video production is huge for us. We have the largest video studio in town and video rental equipment company in El Paso as well. So we can help you with all your video production needs, graphic design, photography, SEO, Google, branding, everything and anything. I got you here under one roof. And we completely understand the El Paso market. So if you ever need anything ready to take the marketing to the next level, reach out to me and I'd love to help you. That being said, I'm going to go on and ask you guys, starting here with Chef Jesus, what type of marketing do you guys do at Casa Nova?
Yeah.
What type, well, you guys are brand new, so what works for you, maybe what doesn't, and do you have any tips or advice for businesses out there?
Well, we're fairly new, so like you said, we're barely starting.
Yeah.
We started out with social media, and it's been helping out a little. We do have a marketing company behind us helping us out, so hopefully it'll get better with time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And do you have any tips or advice for businesses out there?
Just keep pushing.
Yeah. Keep it up, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Paula, how are you doing?
Doing good. Thank you.
So what type of marketing do you do for your artwork to let people know about you? Some tips or advice?
Well, it's kind of strange because as an individual artist, you kind of have to keep up with your social media, and I'm actually really bad at it. But I think your art is your business card,
Yeah.
most definitely. When it comes to art, especially doing things for the community, it's a great way to get your name out there.
Yes. Moy's saying shout out to you real quick.
Hi, Moy.
Isn't he the best? I freaking love that guy. Dude,
Yes, thank you, Moy, for existing. Shout out
yes,
to you.
just being alive. Like the world is a better place with him in it.
Yeah.
And do you have any tips or advice for
Perseverance always. Like
Yes.
life will knock you down, but I think the difference between someone who's successful and not is getting up again,
Yeah.
even after you're on the floor. Get up, do
Yes.
it all over again.
I love it.
Things don't come out always like the way that you want them to. That's okay. Keep doing it.
I love it. Be able to adapt and overcome, right?
Exactly.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Blake. And for Public House 28, what type of marketing do you guys use? I don't know. I feel like I follow a couple of y'all's pages.
So I think you might follow my personal page,
Okay.
which is like an adjunct brewery page, really.
Cool.
But no, we've taken a real grassroots approach to marketing. Bottom line, we just got open. Our marketing budget was extremely small, so yeah, we utilize social media and all that stuff. And I think we've had a lot of fun with our social media as of late. We did a collaboration beer with Aurelia's Brew House, and we did like an 8-part mini-series, ridiculous miniseries in the theme of Johnny Depp
What
Amber
does that
Heard.
mean?
It was ridiculous and a lot of fun. We filmed for like 2 hours. They said they used like 15 minutes of it. They used like all of it. It's embarrassing. Super fun. But and then we did a super silly video out at the brewery for one of our beers called Sad Boy. And to answer your other question about advice and stuff, I would just say have fun.
Yes.
Just have a sense of humor, have fun. Don't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. And then you got La Miche saying that she loves your beer and she loves your all's patio as
thank you
well.
so much.
Yes. Awesome. So thank you guys so much. So let's go on and start individually with a deep dive into each business, okay? So let's go on and start with Casa Nova. You guys are brand new on the scene, Italian food, all the good stuff, man.
Yeah.
In the heart of downtown El Paso, in the DoubleTree.
Yeah.
So it's like a hot spot.
It is. We were just trying to bring something unique and different that's not in downtown El Paso or in El Paso, which is making Italian from scratch with a little modern twist. Of course, using as many local ingredients as we can, getting to know all our farmers and working with them, close with them. Our breads, most of our stuff we try to make in-house and buy local as well, and that's one of the things that we wanna be known for.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And taste, of course.
Absolutely. I cannot wait to try. Like, I've already tried twice.
Yeah.
Like, the first time so I just celebrated 13 years of no drinking, right?
Nice.
Yeah. And I wanted dessert at like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And you guys are open late. And so I tried finding you guys, and I didn't realize you were in the hotel. So my bad.
No, yeah.
One time, all right? The third time's going to be the charm. I swear to God it will be.
Anytime, you're welcome.
The second time I went to you guys, and I was there like chilling, waiting for my friends for like 20 minutes until I realized I was at the wrong casa. I was supposed to be at Casa Pantera, and I was so excited that I was like, oh my God, I'm finally going to get to try Casa Nova, that I just went to Casa Nova without reading the text fully. So my bad, twice. Third time, I swear to goodness,
Just
I'm going to
follow
try
your
it.
heart, yeah.
I'm going to do it. I love Italian food, so I'm super excited that you guys are open. And again, I live in Central El Paso. Best side of El Paso. Just saying, it's dirty. But, so it's super close. I like downtown every other day. Yeah, I love it. So to have Italian food, good Italian food, fresh Italian food, which I just found out because I got invited to which I'm so sad because I'm going to be out of town, a pasta making class.
Oh.
Yeah, to just prove how awesome you guys are. You guys are going to show them how you're making your pasta
So
from
we're going to
scratch.
try to maybe have a pasta making class maybe every couple months.
Okay.
Just to...
Oh, dang
to
it,
have
I'm so
fun, I
mad at
guess.
myself. I'm like, I have to wait longer. Okay, well, that's okay. That's gonna be a fun thing when it comes around. So tell me about the pasta class. How do people sign up for it?
We're still working on that.
Okay.
Mainly we're getting people little by little, maybe a couple to start. But then after that, we do want it to grow.
Okay. And they just follow your all social media to find out information on that?
Yeah, we'll keep them posted and have more details on it.
Okay. So what are your all's hours and days that you're open?
We are open every day, Monday through
Nice.
Sunday, and we open from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Okay.
We also have a terrace as well, and that is open Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And we do have some Italian up there. We do have a pizza oven.
Okay.
And we do have a bar, so it's a nice spot. You could see downtown. You could see the Chihuahuas
Yeah.
Stadium. You could see the soccer games. So
Like pre-game
Yeah,
or
you can
post-game.
pre-game.
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, pretty much just trying to invite everyone to come and check it out.
So can you tell me some of the dishes that's on your menu that are going to stand apart that people are going to be like, whoa, I need to go and try that?
Well, we always try to play around, so I would always go with. We do have a pasta of the week. I do let my cooks
fun.
play around, and they get to come up with ideas as well. It's not just me; it's the whole team. So I would say that, and I would say the whole menu actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are coming up with some new items to kick the fall, but yeah, I would say the whole menu.
Okay, so you guys got steak.
We do have a bone-in ribeye.
All right. He's laughing at me. That's an important question, man.
We do have vegan options as well.
Okay.
Gluten-free and like you said, steak.
Yeah, with your pasta.
Yeah.
Gluten-free. Yeah, it's gluten-free.
it is 100%.
Steak. So I want to know about your pastas. Tell me about some of the pastas on the menu.
Yeah, so we do have the more traditional ones like spaghetti.
Sure.
Because kids.
OG, yeah. So it is family friendly.
Yeah, it is family friendly. We do have 4 pizzas as well. The
nice.
pastas, all of them are made in house.
Okay.
We have a tagliatelle. We have a
What's-
bolognese, which is from Bologna.
That's one of my favorite. Okay.
We do have like I said, we do have a vegan lasagna that we're gonna start doing, and it's made with wheat lacoche
Okay.
and mushrooms.
Okay. That's awesome. That
Yeah.
sounds awesome. And what was that one thing you said that starts with a T?
Tagliatelle.
Yeah, what is that?
It's the shape of the pasta. It's like a little, I would say like kind of like a linguine.
Okay, awesome. And your desserts?
Our desserts are really good.
Tell me about
We do
your
have
desserts.
3 desserts.
Okay.
We have local sorbets.
Mm-hmm.
They're from Nonatellos, which is
Oh, yeah, they're delicious.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
and we have a goat cheese tart, which is everything's made in house, of course.
Yes.
And then we have some Sicilian donuts,
Oh, my
which are made with ricotta and the traditional donut recipe.
I'm getting so excited. I'm like, keep talking. You're speaking my language, especially with sugar man and cheese. Oh my God, you're kidding me. like, welcome to my show. Okay, cool. So, other than the pasta event, do you guys do like, so you're open at 4, do you take reservations?
We do take reservations. Are we working on a? We're working on.
Melissa. Hey, Melissa.
We take them in house, but we are working in to probably get open table or something.
Okay,
like that.
for online. Okay, that's in the mail. So I just want to make sure that I don't miss anything. So, why Italian for you?
Well, to be
There he
honest,
is. There he is. He's lighting up. Tell me.
so it all happened during COVID.
Okay.
Like after we came back, we just needed to reinvent ourselves, and as restaurants were opening back up, in my opinion, everyone was doing maybe the same cuisines, the same styles. So I went to San Francisco for a couple weeks and worked at some nice restaurants, some Michelin star,
Oh wow.
and also some mom and pop shops.
For a couple weeks, bro?
Yeah.
How does that work?
I just
Got,
have
like, friends.
yeah, I have
places?
friends on
Okay.
and
cool.
non-friends. So I just
Love
get to them on Instagram,
Yeah,
ask them if I can come down and work a couple of days, of course,
that's really cool.
for free, and then I just learn their ways, see what's trending,
Mm-hmm.
see the classic recipes, see how I can switch them and make them our own. Like the lasagna, it does have wheat lacoche, which is really popular in Mexico. So I try to add some local ingredients here and there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Some regional.
And like the mushrooms and
The mushrooms we get from her name's Jimena
Full
from
Circle.
For Circle, yeah. So
there's a mushroom fest this weekend. I don't know if you guys know.
she's
or not.
great,
This Friday.
and
Yeah.
she has really good mushrooms. She just texted me about my order.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Tell her hi for me, please.
Yeah, I will.
Awesome. So you just like wanted to bring something new and fresh to El Paso. You went
Yeah.
and did the research. You're like, I'm gonna dive in. I got some buddies. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go work for free and learn the ways and bring it back to El Paso. Put our flavor and twist on it.
Yeah.
And here's Casa Nova. That's awesome. Is there anything else you want to mention? You want to highlight? Drinks to complement, wines.
Just our Italian wines, they're really unique, so just come and try them down. We are working on a tasting as well.
Oh, cool.
So we'll keep posting that on social media as well.
And how do they follow you?
Yeah, we're at Casa Nova, El Paso.
Okay, awesome. Facebook and Instagram.
Both, yes,
Okay,
both.
great, awesome. Do you have anything else you want to add?
I'm good.
We're good.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
cool.
ready for
Thanks,
them.
Chef. You're like next. You did awesome. You did
Thank you.
awesome. Okay. How you doing, Paola? Thank you so much for coming on. So
Thank you for having me.
no, I'm telling you, I'm nerding out. So on Instagram, you're under Hello Paola.
Yes, hello with a W. So it's HELLOW and then Paola, PAOLA.
Awesome. And so I see you post things often from like throwbacks.
Yes.
2013. Da 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 da.
Yes.
How long have you been like throwing down in El Paso?
Okay, in El Paso,
Yeah, because you travel everywhere to do this.
yes.
You're like
So it was actually during the pandemic when I decided to start as a visual artist here full time. I started painting murals too. I do spray paints. So I haven't done it for long. It's been since the pandemic.
Okay.
I was painting with a colleague of mine, Tino Ortega.
Yes. What's up, Tino?
What's up, Tino? And so that was kind of like when I began here in El Paso a little bit. We were all kind of in the pandemic. I had plans on going back to Berlin, which were kind of like
Go back to.
yeah.
Are you from here?
Yes, I was born here and raised in Juarez, so I'm like 100% fronteriza.
Yes, I love. Are you from here?
I'm from Mexico.
Yes, awesome. Okay, tell me more. Berlin.
Yeah,
We'll
and
get
so
there. You do you.
yeah, it was like I found kind of like a home away from home in Berlin, and my plans were kind of like to go back and all of this, and that didn't happen. So I was here, and I was like, I don't have a job. I'm living with my parents again, like it's crazy. And then I was like, okay, like all the things that bring me joy is like pertaining to art.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like maybe I should go back to those roots and stuff like that. But yeah, it was definitely like a curve of learning. But I've been painting since I was probably 12.
Okay.
Or younger. I began by myself, and then I started studying, and then I eventually ended up doing a degree, a BFA in painting and art history. I'm sorry, parents.
They're proud of you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, in the beginning, it was like, we can laugh at it now. Let's just say that we can laugh at it now. But it's just been such a wonderful journey. And, I think there's always this step in between of the, can I show my artwork, can I not, am I ready, am I not, kind of thing. And I think the pandemic kind of pushed me over that line in a sense of like, well, just do it, you know. And I did, and I'm super grateful for the opportunity that El Paso has given me to be part of their visual artists. And there's so many visual artists that we have in this community.
We have here in our little
and
pinky.
so many that haven't been like discovered yet. And I think that's just great.
Send them my way, please.
Yes.
I'm always looking. 100 and musicians.
Yes, for sure.
All y'all hear that? Okay.
But I've been blessed to work alongside different artists and learn from each other, you
Sure.
know, because like you were saying in the kitchen as artists, you kind of like when you work with another artist, you're both kind of have a different way of doing things, and you kind of like, oh, I found this way of doing this, and interesting, oh, well, I do it this way, and then you kind of like start it's just a creative spiel, bouncing everything, and it's just great, and having like all this big community of artists and supporting one another is just amazing.
100%. 100%. However,
tell me more.
How did you get in Berlin? How were you in Berlin?
So I bought a one-way flight ticket.
How old were you?
27.
I love this so much, and you're just like Berlin one day.
It didn't happen just like Berlin one day. It was more like, I'm gonna buy a one-way ticket out of here, and I'm never coming back.
That's what it was like?
Yes.
Okay.
And then it was like, where am I going to go? I'm going to start with Perez, because we have Anne Macy, who's also a local she was a local artist. She's an older artist. She's around 50. I don't want to say 60 because I don't know really. Yeah. But she went to Paris, and she has a studio there, and she lives there. And I kind of emailed her through another friend, and she was like, well, why don't you come on down and you can come see the studio and stuff. And it was like, okay, let's start in Paris, and then from there it was just bouncing around until finally Berlin kind of really took me in and sheltered me in the way of like, oh, here's a job, okay, now here's an apartment, and like, why don't you stay?
Oh, that's
kind
awesome.
of thing. So I'm a really believer, like I believe immensely in intuition and just kind of like flowing through things, because eventually things fall into place. So I believe in that.
I love it.
Definitely.
I love it. So you're in Berlin, chilling, and
Yeah, and then I came back for holidays here for Christmas and New Year's. You know, we're coming into the 2020, like, you know, and then it's like, and that was awful. But I really feel that I'm here for a purpose, and I had the opportunity of starting, you know, to apply for the visa again and everything because everything was suspended. But I decided to stick around.
Awesome.
Mostly because there's a reason why things happen.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer of that
100%.
too.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why I'm here. Maybe I don't see it yet, or maybe in the future, many years, I will understand why. But for now, staying put.
I love it. I love your turquoise, by the way.
Thank you.
That's the first thing I noticed on people's Brewery. But I completely understand that. You know, I moved back in 2006, like right after the big floods of 2006. And then I got a job at Saddle Blanket. And then I went and worked for the paper at El Paso Ink and What's Up Weekly. And then I was doing like documentary work on the border during 2008 with everything going on, and with my mentor, rest in peace. And I decided, like, I met Steven Seagal. He came to a Silver, Sierra Blanca, and got sworn in. And so I met him, and he gave me a job opportunity. So I took that. Yeah, I put everything in storage, and I'm like, deuce, I'm young, I'm going, you know. And I did, and then I'm like, you're crazy. And I came back, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? Where am I gonna go? Wow. So I went to Louisiana to try and get a job there. Couldn't do it because that's where the movie scene was, and I just came from that. So I was trying to do it, and before I could run out of money, I decided to come back home. And
But you know what? There's so much growth in between those transitions of like, I'm just gonna do it, and you know, if I'm back here again, then I'm back here again. If not, you know, I'll be back at some point. But the growth that you go through, it's like you want to get 100%. To point A to point B, but then you do all of this.
Yeah, all this is going to happen. What you think is going to happen, this is going to happen. But like you said, I came back and I'm like, okay, well, I'm supposed to be here for a reason.
Exactly.
Let me make the most of it. And I'm a firm believer that life is what you make it no matter where you're at, right? I want to go to New Zealand. That's number one on the bucket list.
Yes.
Life could be shit there too if I'm just moping around and I suck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I'm going to have a positive attitude and try to make the most out of it, it's going to be cake everywhere I go, right? So that's why I started Annie's Adventures, and here we are. So thank you so much for coming today, and I love everything that you're saying.
Well, thank you for being such a great advocate to all of the community. Like, wow.
Chuco love, for sure, for sure.
Such an adventurous person here in the Chuco.
I love it. So what are you working on now? What's next? What do you do commissions? How do people get you on their walls?
Okay, so right now I have a lot of work. I'm working on a lot of projects too. I usually, you know, I started muraling also to get out of the studio and kind of like do some playing around. You know, sometimes you're like, oh, you know, I'm here painting for 10 hours. Now I just want to get out and stretch and push things around and be out in the really hot sun. But so it got to a point where I take like these seasons of mural season and, you know, painting season, and as a multidisciplinary artist, I have a lot of things on my plate, but I usually get commissions a lot through Instagram, actually, just because sometimes I'm a little bit private with my life and stuff like that. And right now I'm finishing up all of the mural projects that I have, and I'm getting ready to actually sit on the studio again and start working on my own work, because you also have to prioritize certain things. And right now I've been doing so many commissions just to try and live as a visual artist in El Paso, Texas, full time. But I think it's also important to get back into your own personal job, or and your own personal work, body of work,
and what you want to work on.
Exactly.
Like for a chef, right? You have your set menu, but you guys want to play. That's why you do a different pasta a week, right?
We do.
Yes.
We play.
You gotta play. You gotta play.
So, and also, you know, that's when I start also taking in a little bit of commissions as well. But it's super grateful for all of the growth that I've had, because it's been a learning curve, you know. I don't think I've ever worked full time as a visual artist. So you have to be like your own accountant, your own marketing, your own manager, and I fire myself every once in a while, and I'm like, Paula, you're late, you're fired. And then I turn around and I'm like, okay, let's get this again, let's do it, let's get it right. So it's a little bit complicated sometimes, but and it's a lot of work. But I think with discipline, and that I don't have it all pieced together, like I still need a lot of discipline. Like I want to start running again every day.
We're all learning every day,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
We're getting there.
But we know what we're supposed to do, and that's the first step of everything. But usually you can contact me through Instagram, and then I can schedule my availability or different things like that.
Yeah.
And give you prices as well for
Perfect.
everything.
And just so you guys know, you're on Facebook and Instagram, right?
I'm just on Instagram.
Okay, perfect. So go to her Instagram. So when you see, I like Instagram, especially for visual arts. So when you see the layout, it's like a magazine, and they can really see your artwork, as opposed to the Facebook where you got to scroll or go to the photo album, blah, blah, blah. So Instagram, check out her work. It's gorgeous. It's a range. You do it all from animals here, like this gorgeous picture.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for bringing me this print.
Of course. Thank you for having us, really, and for taking the time to interview us.
Please. It's the least I can do. So, but to portraits.
Yes, and I love portraits. I think since I was a little girl, I was always drawn to portraiture because I know that some people don't consider it interesting, but to me, people are the most interesting thing, or the most interesting subject that there is. Mm-hmm. There's an entire lifeline behind that portrait, and I think art and imagery and just the visuals can express a lot, even when you don't realize what it really is expressing. I think you can kind of, or you don't know a lot about art, because I know a lot of people that they're like, oh, I don't know a lot about art. Like, why would I go to a museum? It's not about the knowledge that you have, it's about the feeling that you can evoke through it. And also, it's that feeling where you connect yourself with something external, but it's also part of the internal of the artist. Mm-hmm. So it's like a little connection of, almost having a conversation with your viewer without really being there.
I love it all. I love it. That's beautiful. And while you're talking, it makes me think, because you do like cultural pieces.
I do.
I don't know that that's the right way to say it. I can't think of the words, but like you do a lot of pieces out there that are just more than, you know what I mean? Like there's some depth and some meaning and like.
Yeah, I also, when I paint with acrylics, I usually do finger paintings, and these are the black and white paintings that you see in my Instagram page. And they're portraits of the indigenous culture in the Copper Canyon region called the Raramuri. Oh, yeah. And I paint their portraits, and in return for them being so grateful of letting me borrow their face and their story, once the painting sells 20% or a percentage, and I've changed it a while. It started at 20, but now since my prices have gone up, I'm also like,
sure, yeah.
So a percentage of the piece goes back to the Raramuri community in Ciudad Juárez, which we have two. We have one under the mountain that says "Lee la Biblia,"
yeah,
in the Anapra area, and then another one in the 31st Kilómetro 31, which is when you were coming into the Ciudad Juárez. And there's families of like 10 people living in a little brick house that are barely coming in from the Copper Canyon region and learning the language and all of that. So I think it's a way to kind of support one another, and also because I've always loved going to the Copper Canyon region since I was a little girl.
I want to go so bad. Yeah.
My dad we would invite all the Raramuris that were around, and we would have picnics with them.
Oh, that's awesome.
We'd play with the kids, and it was just something that I really kept in my heart always. Mm-hmm. And that kind of started also when I was at my parents' house jobless. And I was just sitting there like, oh my God, like what am I gonna do? And then I wrote down a list of the things that bring most satisfaction in my life, and the number one was helping others. And it was kind of like, how am I gonna help others? I'm broke, I'm an artist, I don't have a job, all of these negative talk to yourself. And then it got to the point where, all I have is my art. And then I was like, oh, all I have is my art, and I could really do something with it. So to all of you visual artists, I think we should always have a purpose behind what we do, not to just bring beauty and to bring more to the community, but also to have like an actual purpose that really speaks to you in here. I think that's something good.
Heck yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you wanted to add? Do you have a gallery exhibit right now that people can go, or
actually I'm like about to end the mural season and about to start on a body of work for a new exhibition. So I had one in January.
Okay.
But now I'm getting
ready for it.
Pilas ready.
Okay. So January, stay tuned again.
No, that was I had an exhibition.
It was in the past January.
And
yes,
now this January. And now I'm preparing for the next one.
Awesome. So stay tuned to get the dates on that.
Yes, most definitely.
And how do they do that?
Through my Instagram page. Sometimes I'll be really quiet, but it's probably because I dropped my phone from a ladder or I'm just really caught up in everything. But eventually you'll hear from me.
I love it. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Blake, how you doing?
I'm fantastic, Annie. How are you?
I'm great. All right, so Public House 28 Brewery. Yes. I had been driving by it, and you guys were working on it and working on it.
It said brewery coming soon, right?
Yeah,
for like
forever,
a year and a half.
And I'm like, but when?
Yeah.
And then it was open,
relative.
and I just like heard the heavens open, like, oh, No, because I love a good beer garden,
Yeah.
I don't drink myself, but I do like to go hang out. All my friends like a good craft beer. I have friends, they have Dead Beach Brewery, all local breweries in town. They're awesome. You collaborate with them all.
Yeah. Well, they're all my buddies. One way or the other.
So I'm super excited to bring you on because El Paso, if you don't know, you are about to find out.
El Paso doesn't know. Tell them, Annie.
You need to know. Go get your brews at Brewery 28. They have a fabulous beer garden. Follow my stories. You'll see me posting there. You got a dope food truck too.
We do a couple of them, actually.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I went the other night and tried from Umo.
Okay, Umo's amazing. Yeah,
it was so good.
Yeah, they're
So close for days.
Yeah.
Are we going after?
Yeah, I mean, we're closed today, but yeah, why not?
Oh, dang it. And then you also do live music. And it's my favorite drive. If I'm going to Las Cruces, I'm always going to take Highway 28.
Yeah.
So that's how I found you guys.
Sure.
So tell us, you guys are already making the drives to these wineries. Yeah. Make sure to swing by and try out.
Yeah, Public House 28. The whole idea behind the brewery, John Brooker, my partner and founder, he wanted to put, he loves the Mesilla Valley. And for good reason. It's beautiful out there.
It is.
I'm a farm kid. I'm from Clint, Texas. So, I kind of grew up in the farm country. Okay. And so, going out there feels like home to me. But yeah, it's a bit of a ways, but it's very serene.
Yeah.
We have 3/4 of an acre. It's full of cottonwood trees and agaves and palm trees, and it's a very unique spot. And all due to John had this vision, and he signed me up to help him put it together, and we've been working on it for about 3.5 years, and we've been open for about 10 months.
All right.
Yeah, so we're babies out there, but yeah, I think we're making some pretty great stuff. So.
I think so too. How many beers do you guys have right now?
Right now we have 8 on tap, 7 of which are kind of big batches, and then one. I like to play around, like you guys were talking about, playing around with small stuff, and I have a really small brewing system I like to mess around with, and for instance, a regular of ours named Juan Hernandez. What's up, Juan? Super good dude. He just had an apricot tree out there, and one day he brought me a bucket full of apricots. It was 1,000 of them. Thanks, Juan. But no, it was fun, and I was able to, I took care of the fruit, and we made an apricot wheat beer with it just on a whim, and it's awesome. And
That's awesome.
It's fun, and we're always working on small batches of stuff. We're kind of doing a summer hoppy series. We got a new hazy IPA coming out this weekend. We're always working on fun stuff. Plus, we got a bunch of regular, standbys that you should always see at the brewery itself. So.
Yeah, my friend likes to mix.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
chocolate
know,
and the
is
honey.
that not
I was like,
cool
hey,
or-
yeah, I loved it. No, craft beer's supposed to be fun. Mix
Yeah,
whatever
it
you
was fun.
want.
No,
Yeah,
he
I
liked
don't
it.
care.
So, that's cool. So you guys do also do live music at times?
We do, yeah. Most
How
weekends
about-
on Saturdays, typically, we have a band, local band, like Dusty Low or CWA on, or Roulettes, as I think you were out there for. We try to have as much live music out there as possible. I think this Friday we're starting open mic nights, so that can be, I think, stand-up comedy, or you can bring your guitar. And so, guys, get your material together. But yeah, we try to have fun out there. We try to have a little bit of entertainment for everybody, but not always. Sometimes the best entertainment you need is the wind through the trees. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's how it was last time I was there. You guys had the boombox out.
Yeah.
Y'all had like the Macarena going, and then the kids were all dancing.
We have
man.
fun.
Dude, there was
Yeah.
like 20 kids on the dance floor.
I think that was a
cool.
birthday party.
Yeah.
They were having a good time.
Oh well, that was cool. That happened. And then you guys have like, I don't know, maybe 50 picnic tables around the.
Oh, I think it's more than that. Yeah, no.
Thought it was gonna be over. I thought it was gonna be way over.
No, we bought like 25 extra picnic tables. So there's
gonna be more.
got to be like 40 or 50 of them. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I lost track. We painted all those. One of the things I love about that place is John and I, we really did a lot of that stuff ourselves.
Okay.
We tried to do a lot of that stuff without outside help, and not just because we want to save money, but just because it means more. When you get your hands dirty and do all that kind of stuff. So there's a great brick courtyard. We laid all those bricks
Yep.
ourselves and all that kind of stuff. So
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
there's tons of seating though. Like I said, 3/4 of an acre. So you could have 500 people in there with plenty of elbow room.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And then let's see. So you got the indoor area.
yeah, a little tap room.
Got some really cool swag, man.
Yeah, we got some alright
really
swag,
cool
yeah.
swag.
Yeah.
I dig it. I love a good long
Little scarlet and
sleeve.
black Go Red Raiders.
Yes. And I love this sticker. Tell me about this sticker you got me here. What is this, man?
Oh my God! So I brought you a label from our collaboration beer with Aurelia's Brew House,
Okay.
which I'm sure you're familiar with over there off Wrestler. Friends with Justin and their head brewer Jonathan, just really good dudes, and we were just yucking it up at the Dead Beach Beer Festival,
Yes.
actually. And
That was such a cool
that
event.
was a super
Like,
great event.
Billions of people were there.
I was so exhausted and I had such a huge headache, but it was so fun, and got to meet all sorts of people. But yeah, Jonathan and Justin and I were all kind of just talking about what would be a fun beer to do as a collaboration. And the funny thing is Jonathan and I are like both really, I think, traditional, like boring brewers. Like we just want to make like lagers and like English beer, and so instead of doing like crazy sours or IPAs or something, and so we just made an amber beer. So let's have some fun. Let's do a really classic style, make it to the best of our ability. We changed a few things up depending on the batch. Mine's a little bit toastier than his, but they're both really good beers. They turned out great. We themed the entire thing off the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial.
Okay.
And
this is what this is.
So our label reflects
I see.
Justin as the judge. I'm Amber Heard, so that's great.
You're Amber Heard.
So yeah, first time I'm on a beer can, I'm dressed as a woman. So cool.
Heck yes.
Nothing wrong.
Heck yes. So, okay. I have so many things going through
Yeah.
my head right now.
Shoot.
I don't know if you know them at the gang there at Dead Beach, but I just thought we were talking about the event and like they do live artists all the time. If you
Yeah,
don't know them, I
definitely.
want to connect you.
Yeah.
And then also, hello.
Yeah,
hello.
yeah.
The beer.
Yeah.
And
But
do
we
you
would
ever
love to do
use
art
artists
galleries
for
and
labels?
stuff. Yeah, no. Yeah.
No pressure. So do you have, how does it work? When's your next new up and coming beer?
New up and coming beer. So that's always a struggle of like making enough of our standard beer. We have a very small brew house.
Yes.
We're in a 3.5 barrel system. Most breweries, microbreweries are 5 to 7 barrels,
Okay.
Something like that. So we're a little bit smaller than the average beer. So one of the nice things is I do get to play around a little bit more, I think, than the average bear. But so we got a cool schedule. Like I said, we're doing like a dose of hops is what we called it over the summer. And I just wanted to kind of shine some light on some hoppy beers that weren't necessarily IPAs, even though we're going to do some IPAs. So we did a smash beer, which is single malt, single hop. That was with Neo Mexicanus hops, the native hop of New Mexico. So shout out New Mexico. And then we did a New Zealand style Pilsner. So a Pilsner beer, like a German style beer, but with New Zealand hops. And so our next release will be a hazy IPA. We did one of those few months back called Cosmic Resume, and it was my first one out there, and I really liked it. It turned out really nice, but I'm always like, how can I do all this stuff better?
Sure.
And so I took everything I learned in that, and I kind of just plussed it. We're calling it something different. We're using some new hops. That should be out this Saturday.
Oh.
It's called Sattva Sativa. It uses sativa hops.
Sattva
Sativa.
I don't even know. Did I say that
I
right?
think you
That's
did.
so cool.
Yeah, I think you did.
What does that mean?
So Sattva it's like a Buddhist term. That's like peace of mind and experiencing beauty. Me and my boss we're kind
I
of
dig
hippie a little bit, and John's is such a good influence on that stuff. But we kind of came together on that name. That's how we name a lot of that stuff.
Okay.
I kind of have an idea. He hits me with some stuff, and I'm like, that's a better idea. So that's how that name came about. But yeah, it's a hazy IPA, super juicy, all that kind of yummy stuff that people like, and that should be out Saturday. So
Saturday, go and get it.
Starting at what time?
Starting at noon. Yeah,
I'll be
ready
there at noon.
Yes!
Perfect.
I don't know what time I'll leave.
You can camp out there. Man. It's pretty
I love it. So this Saturday, make sure to swing by
check it out.
Public House 28 to try the new
Sattva Sativa,
Sattva
hazy
Sativa.
IPA. Say that 5 times fast.
Yes, Sattva Sativa. I will be there to take a picture of it.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Okay. And because I've had bands ask me
Sure.
specifically about you.
Yeah.
Do you take other new bands in?
All the time, yeah.
Okay.
We're always listening to bands. The best way for them to reach out is through Facebook,
Okay.
I would say. I mean, you can hit us up on Instagram, and that's fine. But all that stuff gets relayed back to John, and he does the Facebook stuff. And so, but yeah, we're always looking for bands. We're pretty booked up, to be honest with you. But people fall out,
Sure.
cancellations and stuff. So if you're in a band, solo artist, David Olguin's a perfect example of a solo artist who just kills it. So yeah, if you're interested, let us know.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you want to mention?
No, just come drink a bunch of beer.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, so I got a couple podcasts I'd like to talk
Yes,
about.
tell
Yeah.
me.
So it has nothing to do with beer. I'm a big horror movie junkie
I
and
am too.
Grindhouse fan, and so I do a podcast with a few friends called Adventures in Movies. You might like the title.
Okay.
And we cover Grindhouse independent stuff. We're always reviewing some new independent thing plus some old thing. It's myself, Patrick, who runs it. He's the editor at Adventures in Poor Taste. Regina and Danny, they're all part of it too. And we just passed 180 episodes. So
That's awesome.
yeah, we do it every week. So check that out. And then as far as the beer community and fun stuff, a new podcast who I'm associated with. It's called A Pretty Poor Podcast, and you can find them through @PrettifulPint on Instagram. I think their first episode is just about to drop. It'll be on SoundCloud, I believe. So,
Okay.
But much like yourself, trying to shine some light on some breweries and
Yeah.
craft beer in general. So
Yeah.
check them out too.
That being said, and I don't know because of if this is what you guys do.
Sure.
If there are other local bars or restaurants out there that want to carry your beer,
So yeah, I would love that. I'm not making enough beer to where I can sell it to anybody else
Not
right now.
yet.
Yeah, not yet.
it's in the mail.
We are
folks.
in the works. We're getting some new fermentation situation, so that's all coming soon. But if you're interested, always drop me a line. I'm
Growing
always-
pains, right?
Yeah, growing pains. Can't make enough beer.
Hey, gosh, so many bad problems. Those are
It
good
is a problem.
man. Good problems to have. Make sure to check them out and tell them I sent you. It's family friendly. Take the whole family.
That's right.
Is there anything else we want to mention? Anybody?
Not at all. Thanks for having
Did
me.
we cover it all?
I think
Thank you
so.
for having
Well,
us.
thank you for coming. I
Oh,
appreciate all of
pleasure.
you guys. I'm super excited to introduce the public to all of you guys. What were you going to say, Chef?
Like she said, thank you for having
Oh,
us,
yes.
and come check us out if you want to have a nice cozy meal.
Yes.
I'm coming for it. I'm coming for that meal.
Yeah, do it. Coming for that.
We're coming for the meal and the beer. So
Yes, I love it. I love it. How do I do this? Switch this camera. All right, El Paso, thank you so much for tuning in this week. Go and check out these amazing businesses. Go to Casa Nova. Go to Public House 28 Brewery. Check out Paola's artwork. Commission her. Get her to do whatever it is you need. She's going to, knock it out of the field. I promise you that. If you need anything, let me know. If you'd like to schedule a featured post, just reach out to me. I'll go on and post it on Facebook and Instagram. It's a combined following of over 25,000 people, 25,000 followers who are interested in going local. So message me. We'll set that up. and send you some new customers. Until then, I will not see you next week. I'm going to be in Mexico, yo. So I'll see you when I get back after the Idols. Is it the Idols? Yeah, I'm going to go see the Idols too. So I'll see you then. All right, take care. Be safe and go local. Bye. Woo!
You can catch all episodes of Annie's Adventures with Annie Perez on most podcast platforms that you subscribe to: Spotify, iHeart, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Ivy.fm, and TuneIn.com. And you can always go to DialogueEP.com to check out all our podcasts. Thank you for listening.